Can you talk at all about Facebook applications or other applications around on the web? Do we plan on allowing the IA client to be integrated into other sites so games or demos can be played there as well?
There is no limit to what we are planning. The Facebook application, we're looking at a couple different things right now, and we're looking for feedback as well. People who are online, friends who are online, games that are going on, ways you can just jump in based off of how looking at your Facebook profile and your widget on Facebook looks. At some point, we're going to get leaderboards up. That's also in the works.
Yeah, that's really important.
So having that on your Facebook application and being able to check in there.
There are so many cruddy Facebook applications that we refuse to go out fast with something that you'll snort at. So we're taking enough time to do something simple that you'll like and you'll be able to take advantage of and won't seem useless to you. And once we get one of those done, then we'll go on to do others. But we want to get that first one out, and we want it to really actually work for you.
Yeah, exactly. We want to make sure we're not just throwing it out for marketing purposes solely. We want to make it useful. That's the best way to market a product, is to make it useful, especially an app like that you share with people, because if it's useful, you'll send it to people. Exactly. And that's part of using the community to help us out.
This is a good one from Jay Bootlegger. How can third parties get involved with InstantAction, and how do you plan on marketing this involvement so that they know they can be part of IA?
So when you say third parties, do you mean in an advertising sense, or do you mean in a content generation or game development sense?
Speak up.
For example?
Content game dev.
Okay.
Content game dev, how to get third
Game
parties
developers.
involved. Game developers. Well, we had the game developer contest through Garage Games that ended a couple months ago, and we had a lot of really good submissions from that. So that is one of the areas in which Garage Games and InstantAction kind of connect more, is that because the technology's there for Garage Games. We have the Torque engine. I think still all the games on InstantAction are used with the Torque engine right now. Through Garage Games, through our contacts there, through the developers that are in the Garage Games community, we look for games there. We're also always searching around the internet looking for games and looking at games. We're always playing new ones, and if we see something we like, we pass it on to Randy Dersham, who's one of our producers, Randy D at GarageGames.com, if you have anything you want to send in games-wise.
We've already got 2 third-party developed games.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, most of the games are in-house, and all of them are with Torque, but we do have a bunch of games that are being made third-party. Zap was made by Mark Frohmeyer, who's not working for Garage Games anymore. He has his own studio.
Bad Habit,
Bad Habit. Yep.
And Wide Load did Cyclomine.
Yeah, did Cyclomine.
Frozen Codebase did Screwjumper.
Yep.
So we're already doing that, and we're going to continue doing that.
And the Wide Load guys are also the guys that did Halo, so they're not small little companies. They're big names.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, and we'll be announcing quite a few more games in the next few weeks, even that are developed by third parties.
All right, here's a good one. You guys are obviously planning on expanding your user base in games for IA in the future, but do you think that IA will ever offer a AAA title or IP?
AAA title or IP?
Yeah, what do you say to that?
I think we will definitely. Legions is already, I think, AAA quality for sure.
Take that Kodiak source.
As for AAA IP, no announcements are being made, but there's definitely going to be AAA and IPs on the site for sure.
There's nothing technically, as we've determined, that would hold us back from.
Yeah, there's nothing there, and we're talking to a lot of big names, a lot of big developers. So you're going to see stuff coming on in the near future, especially as those big developers see how the site works and see the possibilities of what they can do now that it's open to everyone.
And in that vein, what games can we look forward to on IA other than the obvious?
Other than the obvious, well, one game we can announce right now is Rocket Ball, which I mentioned earlier.
This Thursday.
This Thursday, there's going to be another chat this Thursday with Alex Swanson, who's the lead developer for Rocket Ball. Did a lot of the maps on Marble Blast Gold and Ultra. So he's a great game designer. So that's coming out later this week, actually. It'll be completely free, at least till we put in more content, but all the basic content we're putting in now, the beta, is going to be free. It's kind of a sports shooter game. So
It's really hard to describe, though, because it's utterly bizarre concept. It's like rollerball from the 70s, except with jetpacks, and it's really huge looking. It's ginormous looking.
You
It's
were a
unbelievable.
football player, a basketball player with a rocket launcher,
soccer, futuristic.
in a futuristic game arena. With
World Gone Mad.
World Gone Mad. We'll be posting videos of that pretty soon, though. But it's an awesome game.
It's really fun.
Lots of fun.
It's so much fun to play.
Here's one. We were talking about this a little bit yesterday, actually. Are there going to be games that are purchase only, or will all games have at least a basic level of playability without purchase? And also, how would you choose which games will be purchase only if you do consider that option?
Well, at this point, all games have free elements to them, and we're going to be experimenting with a lot of different ways to monetize them, but we'd like to keep it so, you're able to try a lot of the games for free and parts and features for it, and then, get addicted and want more. And as we release more, figure out exactly what people are looking for, more maps, more players, more modes, things like that, and continue to evolve it from there.
And we don't want to neuter the game for it to be free. We don't want it to be less of a play experience than it can be. Like with Marble Blast and Think Tanks, we're not taking away weapons, we're not slowing down your characters. It's just extra maps, extra avatars, extra marbles, extra content like that. We want to make sure you can play the full gameplay experience, if not the full game, including all the extra content.
Here's one for Ian. What measures is InstantAction taking to help users get around firewalls installed by corporations so people can play games at work?
Well, if you have a firewall issue at work, you need to talk to your network administrator. The big problem we have now is that when you connect to InstantAction, to get you the best connection to get you is hooked up to a lot of people. There's a dynamic IP system, so it's a little different every time you connect, and a lot of different places interpret that as torrenting or peer-to-peer traffic. So it's automatically blocked to keep you from stealing stuff. But you're not stealing anything except for mirth. That's yours to keep. But God, it was awful. Anyway, so you need to talk to your network administrator. You need to open up some peer-to-peer. In the future, we'll have those channels static. They won't be dynamic, and you'll be able to connect. But for the time being, while we're in beta, it's a little sketchy, and you should probably work anyway.
So don't listen to this guy.
Don't tell them to work.
Get a wireless.
Because James and I, we work all day long. We never ever screw around.
Yeah.
Ever.
Of course.
We model.
Anyway, are all games planned to be multiplayer compatible, or will there be games that are single player only?
Ooh, good question. Depends.
Yeah, I mean, part of the idea of the site is to make it community-based, have the parties, have the chat. So all the games we have on there right now are multiplayer. And for us to do a single-player game, it's going to have to be pretty compelling, I'd say. But as our library grows, who knows what we're going to do.
Most or all of these can be played single player, though, right?
Yeah. I mean, having the single-player element is definitely there. It's in, I think, all the games.
Right.
Or at least if it's multiplayer, it has bots or something in it so you can play it. But yeah, strictly single-player game. Nothing yet, but we consider it. If it's a great game, we're not going to keep it off the site.
There actually is. Mark asked if there's a backstory to Racquetball, and I'm sure that he knows that there is. But there is, and I will be posting snippets of that on the blog in the following days.
It's great.
It is great.
I do say so myself.
Another one from Jay Bootleg.